Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of iFix Old Stuff. To celebrate the 2019 National Jukebox Day, in this video we're going to explore the trials and tribulations of my Rock-ola 449 jukebox, circa 1971. Let's go. In early 2018, I was offered a Rock-ola 449 jukebox. Knowing that a classic juke would improve the retro vibe of my arcade, my buddy Mike and I borrowed a van and we hit the open road, making many pit stops at restaurants and gas stations along the way as I have the bladder of a 4-year-old. We arrived at the location and found the jukebox as you see it here. The owner stated that the juke had been working, but one day just stopped. Upon further inspection, when entering a selection, the jukebox would write the selection into memory, then immediately below this breaker. Now, examining the schematics showed this circuit breaker powers the motor that drives the carousel. Testing the motor on the bench, luckily, revealed that the motor was not seized. So, enlisting my mechanical genius friend, we removed the entire chassis and began to troubleshoot. Now, a big part of troubleshooting is trying to figure out how things are supposed to work. Let's go forward in time and watch the jukebox in action as it is supposed to work. This section of the juke writes a selection into memory. Then, the carousel turns to read out the selection. As the carousel turns to find the selection, a decision has to be made. Is the song on the A or B side of the 45? The decision is made through this wheel shown here, and a cam known as the alternating dog. As the carousel turns, on each revolution, the alternating dog travels from the inside track to the outside track. This movement moves this mechanism, which forces the gripper arm to turn to the right or the left, which will load either the A or B side of the record. Now this is different than, say, this Wurlitzer that pushes the records into the spindle mechanism from the right or the left, depending on which side is chosen by the customer. The lubrication in these tracks had become so old and hard that when cleaning the mechanism, the old lube came out like small pebbles. To further complicate things, when the mechanism jammed, it actually bent one of the tracks the alternating dog cam is supposed to travel in. Therefore, we very slowly and carefully bent the tracks back into shape. Now, the carousel moved freely with no blown breakers. Then, we cleaned and lubricated the entire machine using the service manual as a guide. Unfortunately, the cartridge that holds the needle that plays the records disintegrated in my hand. I installed this generic Audio-Technica cartridge that I had, and it seems to be holding up well once I substantially reduced the tracking force of the tone arm. Now, if you have a better suggestion on what I should install for a cartridge, then I invite you to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Undoubtedly, the biggest part of owning a jukebox is loading it with your own favorite selections. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description below for software that I use to make the custom title strips. It was a fun weekend, selecting the songs and then loading the strips in, and I hope to refresh them every few months as I find more 45s. So, I hope that this video provides an introduction into my personal Rock-ola 449 jukebox. Now, I loaded mine with a lot of 80s music to fit my arcade. However, I'd like to hear your suggestions on what selections you'd put in yourself. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below, and perhaps like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Happy National Jukebox Day, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks.